Good morning, everybody. Hello, welcome. Hi, Laurie. Hi, Lisa. And welcome. So it's a few minutes before. I know I'm early, but I just wanted to make sure everything was set up, especially since we're in a different location, and just check that everything's working. So give me a thumbs up and let me know that you can hear me okay. I've plugged the I've plugged the microphone in because it's a little bit breezy. Hi, Catherine. Welcome. Great to see you. I know it's a little bit late for you. I started 15 minutes later this morning because there was a chance that there was going to be a clash with Annette. And since we're both using the live stream events channel for these events, it's obviously not ideal if there's an overlap. Hi, Mary Lou. Great to see you. Can hear you and see. Excellent. Oh, I hope I didn't just get locked out. So where I am right now is actually our hotel balcony. Let me just make sure that this door still opens. Oh, yes, I can get back in. Let's turn the camera around so you can see where I am. All right, so settings, camera, bear with me. Back camera. There we go. So here we go. Hi, Annette. Great to see you. Here I am on the balcony in our hotel. And I'm about to take you actually through. Let me just fix up this muffle on the microphone because it's a little bit breezy up here. And this is the view from our hotel balcony. And there we go. There's the mountains over there in the background. Yeah, and happy birthday, Mary Lou. Yes. And then over here, that yellow building, that's the Hotel de la Capola, which is the M Gallery upmarket hotel at the centre of town. And then we can see over here the mountains continue, rather grey sky, hoping it's not going to rain. And we've got the corner room there. That's our room there. All right, let's head inside and down through there's a reason why I wanted to start in the hotel, and it's to do with the artwork on the walls. Hi, Alicia. Great to see you. Oh, yes, absolutely. And I should remember to remind you about that at the end as well. Thanks, Annette. Please like and subscribe to this channel. This is a shared collaborative channel for the live stream events calendar. Now, the lights aren't on. However, let's just have a little quick look up here. Here is the artwork on the walls of the hotel, and it's all to do with the local culture. So these ones here are people who are harvesting the rice crop and threshing the rice over here. And you can see over there, there's more of the activities around the rice growers, and it continues up the walls. I'm not going to keep going up the stairs. We'll see some as we go down, but there we go. This is all the rice paddy fields, and that's some of the traditional clothing. So let's head down and I'll show you some more of the walls on the inside of the hotel. Back onto our floor, we have, again, village life extending down the walls here. Just some people heading out, so I'll give them some space. There we go. More depictions of local village life. Sorry, I'll get into a better spot. Let's head over here. All right, so there's that one there, and you can see the embroidery work. This is inside our hotel, that's right. And I wouldn't normally show the inside of our hotel, but I just really wanted to share this. And here's this, we could visit this village, but I'm not sure that I really want to. I'll explain it in a minute, but that shows like the life along the water. We've got water wheels, we've got the traditional clothing, and then as I go around, you can see all the flowers. I'll just give this man some space heading down the stairs. 1 second. There we go. Up there we've got some horse riders. street art inside our hotel. Isn't it fantastic? Yeah, so there we go. Let's head downstairs. Oh, there's some more on these two walls too. Here we go. It's this looks like festivities, dancing. There's some pipe playing, flute playing over here, cherry blossoms, more traditional dress. And then over here on this side, once again, some dancing. Dancing, and I'm not sure what they're doing over in that corner there. Looks like some tea drinking maybe. Yeah, so there we go. That's inside our hotel. Hello. So Richie's got the umbrella out because we did detect some rain. Not sure if we're going to have rain or not. Rain stopped. I'm just getting confirmation. Richard says the rain has stopped. Now, the photo that I used for this tour was this one here. This is... Now, have you seen that movie? I can't remember the full title of it, The Budapest Hotel. This is what this hotel reminds me of. Oh, yeah, the rain started again. Weather is much cooler up here, Annette. But this... What do you reckon, guys? Does this remind you of that that movie, The Budapest Hotel? That's what it reminds me of. And then last night, out on this terrace here, so above the terrace, that's our room on the corner, down on this terrace here, for about 3 solid hours, it was excruciating. They were having a karaoke party right underneath our room, and it was absolutely excruciating. Laurie, we're in a town called... we call it Sapa. It's spelled S-A-P-A. But I've since learned that the Vietnamese pronunciation is Sapa. So we're in the very north of Vietnam. We can see the tallest mountain in Vietnam from our room. And we actually went up there the day before yesterday. We took the funicular and then the cable car up to the top of the mountain. In very misty conditions. So the top of the mountain's quite misty, but the view on the way up was absolutely spectacular. So we're at the... I read this morning, we are at the southeast tip of the Himalayan range. So if you were to head northwest from here, you'd eventually reach Everest. Sapa, that's right, Annette. And she says, you've sent me some glorious pics from your room. Yes. All right, so now we're going to walk down the street here, and on the way we'll see things like this, which is the traditional embroidery work translated into lanterns. Here we have a seafood restaurant, and we've got right out on the street, we've got the fish tank with the fish there waiting to become someone's dinner. That looks like a little shark. Does it look like a shark?
It might be a sturgeon.
A sturgeon, you think? Ah, okay. You saw our first franchise restaurant. That's right. That was a different hotel, Annette. All right. So everywhere we go, we have the opportunity to have foot massages, and people are constantly touting for our business to have foot massages and other massages. They tempt you in with the foot massage. This staircase, which we're not going to take, would actually take us down into town. Yes, that's our hotel, Laurie, the one I showed. That was our hotel. So that staircase takes you down into town, but it's a lot of stairs. We'll take the long way. And last night, if you want to catch up, Laurie, last night I did a tour that went into town with all the lights on all the restaurants and buildings surrounding the lake. And in the centre of the lake, which we are now headed towards, there are some beautiful fountains which were all lit up as well. So today we're going to get a completely different view. Today we see more of the mountains and we'll see the reflections on the lake along with a lot of flowers, that sort of thing. So we're just walking down the hill from our hotel, and along the way, oh look, good morning, hello. Oh no, doesn't want to say good morning. Yeah, we're a bit skittish, aren't we? Okay, so we went and had a look inside this restaurant here because it looks gorgeous, but the prices were a little out of our range. And then next door to it, there's another place where you can have beer and coffee, and I don't know what the food is they offer here because I haven't learnt very much Vietnamese, but it looks like they may have pizza. And Annette says, it's a lovely town, Lynn. It very much is. And Alicia says, how long are you staying in Sharp? I'm going to try and start calling it by its correct term. And just quickly show you these gorgeous, look at these gorgeous bonsais and things. Flower arranging, plant arranging, succulents on tree stumps. We're here till Friday, Alicia. So we arrived here last Friday and we're here until this coming Friday. And then we head back to Hanoi for a week. Hi, Ronnie Lynn. And the footpaths here aren't really made for walking on, despite their description. So we end up on the road a great deal of the time. All right, so we've reached the centre of town. This is the town centre down here. I'm just going to have a look down on our right first of all. We're not actually exactly certain what this space is used for, but it's all decorated with, there appears to be a stage and a backdrop. So there's a backdrop over there. So it's obviously used for performances of some sort. There's a lovely hotel overlooking it. And then there's 5 columns that have been, 6 columns that have been printed with the patterns of the traditional embroidery. And they sort of form the centerpiece of the stage. And then down here, it's very weird. I'm not really sure how it's used, but it's sort of done out in astroturf and stepping stones. And there's water wheels over there, which depict some of the village life not too far from here. I miss Lynn startling a cat, yes. So here's the La Capola Hotel, and that left-hand corner with the dome is actually above the entrance to the station where we entered to go to catch the train for the funicular train that goes up to the top of the mountain. So I'm not sure if that's very clear because there's a couple of trees in front of it, but there's kind of a big gold dome there, and that's the entrance to Sapa Station, Sharpa Station. Mary Lou says, my youngest daughter is making tacos for dinner, so that's good of her. Good for you, Mary Lou. That's excellent. Great birthday dinner. And we also see here that there's some statues of buffalo over on that corner. And then there's a statue of 2 people in traditional clothing under an umbrella, which seems to be a fairly regular thing to do in Sharpa, is to be under an umbrella. I'm wearing my raincoat just in case, and Rich is carrying an umbrella, courtesy of the room. So this is the room that we're staying in. They provide an umbrella for guest use. So there's that hotel, and here's the statue with the 2 people under the umbrella. And you can see the low-hanging clouds over the mountains in that direction. Very much threatening rain, although it's not forecast. But we're fully expecting that that's a definite possibility that we will encounter rain at some point during our walk. All right, so we're going to head over here I'm not going to go down into this amphitheatre space because there's too many steps. We'll just look down onto it. This is a great time to come out. It's just gone 6 o'clock in the morning. Far less traffic and people about. But over here, once again, there's a stage with, it was a sweet statue, yes. There's a stage there. Let's get, oh, there's a bee buzzing around my hand. Go away. There's a stage over there, again, once again with the, depicting the patterns of the embroidery, which is a big feature of the area. And we can see the mountain range in the background. That big screen there was rolling a promotional film last night that showed aspects of the town and also the giant Buddha that's on top of Fansipan Mountain. And then this little church is a Catholic church that was built in around about 1905, I think, just after the turn of the 19th, 20th century. And it's made of stone. It was lit up beautifully last night. So the centrepiece of the roundabout here is this rather impressive globe, and it says Sapa, the city in the... Let's see what it says. Run around flailing your arms and screaming like I do. The city in the fog. There we go. And that's so true. The city in the fog. Now over there behind on the wall of that building, it's the Sapa Convention Centre. We'll go over and have a look at that. I want to wait for these bikes to go and then we'll head over here. Let me get you a great shot underneath this globe. And then we'll head over and have a look at this really beautiful plaque that's on the side of the convention centre. Once this little taxi goes past. Okay. So this plaque on the side of this building, made of some sort of beaten metal, shows aspects of Sapa and Fansipan. So just got to be careful of cars. I'm standing in the middle of the road here. But you can see the rice paddy fields. You can see the cable car. And then over on the left-hand side, the pyramid is representative of Mount Fansipan. And then you've got all the clouds up the top. I think that's rather gorgeous. Okay, so we're going to cross back over and walk through this park. I have no idea what that statue in the middle over there is. We could have a closer look at it, but I have no idea what it is or what it means. And it says she lives dangerously, referring to the bee chasing. Now, this might be the party political announcement we're hearing at the moment. Happens every morning. And that's all in Vietnamese. So I have no idea what it is or what this is devoted to, but it's a rather nice statue with semi-relief depictions of children, I imagine, at the bottom here. And for some reason, there's a rock, probably just one they didn't remove while they were building the park. So here we go. Here's the children. I was hoping to find a plaque with English on the other side, but that was hoping for too much, I think. If I go up here, we'll get to see the whole thing. There we go. I don't, because I'm in my hotel room, Annette. Annette asks every morning you hear this. If we're out early enough, every morning we hear this. Kong explained that first of all they give you your, you must love Vietnam speech. It usually follows with announcements government announcements of some sort. You know, for example, during COVID, what your expectations were during COVID. And Richard's just pointed me in this direction, a rather lovely shot with the hotel and the mountains. Get that banner out of the way. Pretty beautiful. Yes, I wonder what it's saying as well. Probably something along the lines of you must be loyal to your country and do everything with Vietnam in mind. Something along those lines, I guess. It's soft communism. Private enterprise everywhere, and signs of financial success. But also there is definitely a social welfare system in place. So it's rare that you see anyone who's very needy. There is certainly some disadvantage, but we haven't actually seen any homelessness or begging or anything of that nature. People are well looked after here. What we do see in this town, however, is little children dressed up in the traditional costume of the local tribes people, the local village people. Very small children out selling things, trinkets, which I think is a little bit sad. We've seen a couple of them even with babies on their back. So you'll have a 6-year-old child with a baby on their back, which is just shocking to me. I think it's terrible exploitation. And it says, you might not know what it's saying, but I bet it's swaying your vote. Yep, I definitely know who to vote for now, Annette. All right, so we've got the gardens there. Here's one of these restaurants still lit up from last night. And you can see the lanterns. If I get past this tree. There we go, that's rather pretty. It's a few spots of rain again. It's coming and going. It's being annoyingly inconsistent. Hi Jay, welcome. It might turn me into a sleeper. In 6 years, I'll hear a buzzword and leap into action. In 6 years, I'll be way too old for that. Good luck. The rain's getting heavier. I tell you, you've got to love Vietnamese weather forecasts. They're never wrong. We had a forecast of no rain at all today. We just had enough foresight to bring an umbrella with us just in case. All right, we're going to head down. I think we'll head down the same way we went last night. The road to the right doesn't seem to have anything very interesting, whereas this way takes us directly to the lake. So that person would have been selling something from the back of his bike. I have no idea what, but it's just a recording on a loudspeaker, and a lot of the vendors are riding around on motorbikes, and they'll have a loud recording that's blasting out, obviously announcing what it is that they're selling from the back of their bike. So Jay was here with me last night. Jay, you're seeing this from a completely different point of view. Last night, this was all lit up beautifully. Here's a rubbish collector, street sweeper. So people here in Vietnam, they just leave their bags of rubbish on the footpath on the main road, and then these guys come along and pick it up. We were terribly confused in Hanoi as to what to do with our rubbish in the apartment we were staying in. We couldn't find where to leave it. I had to WhatsApp the owner and say, what do we do with our rubbish? And she said, you leave it in the street. I went, what? And so that's what you do. You bundle it up and you leave it by the side of the road. Here's another pile here. And the little rubbish collector guy comes along and picks it up. This one here is really rustic, really interesting. We did have a couple of beers in this place. We went in there was a sign out the front that said, buy one, get one free. So we ordered 2 and they brought out 4. I mean, I would have thought the easy way would have been just to supply us with 2 and bill us for 1. But anyway, we had 4 beers. And it says, when it's your next Michelin restaurant experience, then there aren't any. There aren't any in this town. I looked, I searched. I found one article that said, here's a whole bunch of places that could be on the list, but there aren't. And so we have to wait until we get back to Hanoi, and then we'll check out if there's anything over in the new area of town that we'll be in. Here's a grab bike. Oh, no, thank you. So he was just asking, I don't know how 2 of us were going to fit on the back of that. Maybe if we said yes, he'd go and call his mate to come and take us both. So for those who weren't with me last night, the dish around here, the local dish is hot pot. So people at the table next to us in a place we were in the other night were having the hot pot. It's quite an experience. So they bring out a huge plate of vegetables, another huge plate with noodles and thin strips of meat on it, and then they bring out a burner and put that in the center of the table, and then there's a big pot of broth that's put on the burner, and you just basically cook your own meal at the table. I guess it's a bit like a fondue. And there was so much food. It's one of the more expensive. No, those stairs, you got to go down, then you got to go up again. She has hot pot dinner parties. It looks bloody good, but I don't think I can finish it. And I hate spending a lot of money for a meal and I can only eat half of it. So Richard would be forced, as he always is, to finish my meal. There's the Red Star of Vietnam in the centre of that flower bed, and I'm guessing that whatever it is that's been planted around it, marigolds perhaps, is probably going to give up some yellow flowers to form the flag. I've got that the right way around, haven't I? It's red on yellow? Maybe it's the wrong way around. Anyway, it's the Red Star of Vietnam. This thing here was lit up beautifully last night. Oh, I was making you hungry last night as well, wasn't I, Jay? All these places along here last night. Oh, you look, yeah, look, there's the Vietnamese flag. I'm a bit silly, aren't I? It's a yellow star on a red background. Never mind, it's okay. The Red Star looks pretty anyway. You'd think after this many weeks in Vietnam I would have noticed that by now. I did, I'm just being forgetful. Annette says, I always tell him that he has to do the dishes because we do all the cooking at his hot pot parties. Yes, fair point. Fair point. All right, so they're planting marigolds here. They're just starting to come up into flower. It is gorgeous, Mary Lou. It's a beautiful area. Don't know what's coming up here. These are rather pretty. Got the little purple flowers on them. And then over here, these last night, these 3 pink things were lit up and they were fountains as well. So unfortunately, there's a bit of a ripple on the lake this morning on the surface. There's a bit of a wind. But we'll go around and still try and get some lovely reflections. The reflection's still beautiful. I mean, look at it. It's gorgeous. You haven't reached that part of your subliminal training yet. The flag is next week's recording. Yes, if you missed it and want to go back and have a look, go back and have a look just for these fountains, if nothing else, at my video from my tour from last night. And then in the background behind the sculptures up on the hill, there's some sort of a temple, and that was lit up beautifully as well. So we're going to walk around the lake. How long have we been going? Half an hour. I think we'll do the circuit. We'll do the full circuit. Whoop. And what I have to tell you here is, hello Aussie. These trees all planted all the way along the edge of the lake are an Australian bottle brush. And they're planted all the way along here. Every single one of them. Australian native bottle brushes. I don't know why that is. But perhaps they're just particularly resilient in terms of where they're planted. And I imagine this is saying something like, no swimming allowed or something. That would be my guess. So the mist seems fairly high this morning, which is great. It's not down low like it was yesterday. Here's some advertising. Hot Pot Centre. So Sapa has, or Shapa as I should correctly call it now that I know what it's called, Shapa has a population of around about 70,000. Tourism has only come to Shapa fairly recently. In the 1990s was when it really started to ramp up as a tourist town. Apparently 80% of the tourists that come here are from Vietnam. And we're very close to the Chinese border. We took the train to the town of Lao Cai, which is spelled Lao, then Cai, 2 words. That's the border town. It literally is right on the Chinese border. From there, we took a minibus up the hill, constantly ascending, winding road up the hill to Shapa, which only took about 40 minutes. So that's how close we are to the Chinese border. And my guess is that a lot of the tourists that we come across are probably Chinese. And Annette says, don't know what made me think of that. Oh, hang on. What did I miss? Then I had some of the pho today for my lunch from our first stream with Hui. I bet it still tasted good too, Annette. And she says, I don't know what made me think of that. Probably Jay's rumbling stomach. Sorry, I'm fumbling with the microphone, so it might be a bit scratchy. I'm just trying to get the muffle to stay in place over the microphone. There, look at that. And here, in this direction here, we're not exactly certain which peak it is, but you can't see any of them at the moment because of the low-hanging cloud. But over in that direction is Vietnam's tallest peak, which is called Phan Xipang. And the way you remember its height, I worked this out for myself, guys, so give me some credit. Just think of pi, because it's 3,143 meters high. So 3.14. Is that right? What's pi? It's 3.142? Something like that. Anyway, I don't know. I'm probably showing my lack of math knowledge right now, or long forgotten. Anyway, it sounded good to me at the time. You froze a bunch. Yeah, good thinking. And then I just prepare fresh noodles and toppings. Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Perfect way to go, especially cooking for one. Look at that reflection. Isn't that beautiful? 3.14. There we go. I was right. I thought so. So that's how you remember the height of Phan Xipang. The English spelling of Phan Xipang is Fansipan. The local spelling is 3 words, Phan, new word XI. So like Xi Jinping, it's XI. Then Pan, P-A-N-H, Phan Xipang. And I have no idea what that means. Maybe that's that city in the clouds or city in the fog once again. More restaurants along here. and the rain stopped again. And the bottle brushes have made way for willows at this point. There are all willow trees along here. And never in the history of ever has pie come in handy until now. I know, right? Huh? Aren't I a clever girl? There's a really, really cool rock formation up on top of that peak. If I can find a gap between the buildings, we'll try and get you a look at it. But in the meantime, we've got these gorgeous restaurants again. You know, there's that big building that's just right in the way to see the rocky outcrop. Really fascinating shape. But there's some over here in front of us as well. Hold on. My best friend's son's birthday is March 14, which in the US is 314. Yep, Pi Day. I've heard of it. Even though you do dates wrong. Oh, I'm gonna get crucified for that one, aren't I? The rest of the world does dates the other way. Come on, America. And what have I missed? Smart J. It happens occasionally. Yeah. All right. Now you can imagine what this must look like when it's in full flower, with the roses on either side. They've just finished by the looks of it. Someone needs to come along here with a set of pruning shears and deadhead all the roses. What a big job that would be. And then we came here last night expecting to find a market down there, and there was no one there. That's where we thought the market was. I mean, we saw it there the other day with the market umbrellas and all, but no one there last night. But now we do get to see this rocky outcrop that I was talking about up the top there. There goes my propagator training. There, that looks pretty impressive, doesn't it? Beautiful, beautiful landscape. Absolutely gorgeous. We're so happy we came here. It was a little bit expensive to get the train up here, the overnight train. And we're actually getting a private driver to take us back to Hanoi because the trains just didn't work out for us. So, oops, those roses have spikes. They have thorns. Let's not get too close to them. So there's the temple. Or is it a temple? Maybe it's just a hotel built to look like a temple. I have to find out. I need to get onto Google Maps and actually search and see what this place is over here. Okay, and it says that's how it starts, picking on the American way of saying the date. Oi, oi, Australian, English, rest of the world. It's only you guys that are the outliers. Seriously. Okay. And here we have the mountains again. Look how low those clouds are. If that doesn't mean rain. Oh, look, we've got one lingering little rose. One last rose. Not giving up yet. Richard's offered to pick it. You'll have to get past all the thorns. Oh, there's another one. Hold on. I'll get you one little rose picture. There it is. Out on the end of that stalk there. Look at the view here. Did I promise you reflections? That's not half bad, is it? I can see that we've got 14 people here, but I'm sure we don't have that many in comments. Give me a wave, say hi, let us know who's here, and welcome to anyone I haven't said hello to yet. So the city's starting to come alive. We're starting to see people going about their business, getting ready to start the day. And the ubiquitous horn. It's not a challenge or aggressive, the horn here in Vietnam. It's just a way of letting the driver in front of you, the rider in front of you, the bicycle rider in front of you, or pedestrian know that you're there. And then bigger always takes precedence. Buses trump cars, cars trump motorbikes, and so on. So it goes. That's the order of things on the road in Vietnam. Pedestrian crossings are just a suggestion. You still have to wait until it's clear, or you just bravely and determinedly cross the road and expect the bike riders to divert around you. Hi, Sandy. Where did Sandy come from? I'm watching, but antisocial. That's okay. Welcome. It's lovely to see you here. And I have a feeling that these clouds are an everyday thing. We saw some footage. We saw some footage of the top of Fansipan without clouds. And I think it's photoshopped. I mean, it's got to be. There was blue sky and sunshine. I can't imagine when that ever happens. Annette says she's working on boundaries. Alicia, in Hanoi, we always cross the road behind a local. Yes, exactly. You keep a local between you and the car. Absolutely, Alicia. And Alicia, I must apologise. I have thanked you for your very generous contributions, but you always come up as someone. I didn't know who you were. I was just being very grateful to someone for their generosity. And I only just the other day figured out who that generous person is. So thank you so much. You're always very, very welcome and appreciated. Look at this. That's just stunning, isn't it? It's beautiful. And then over this side, Sapa, and I don't know how to say the rest, but I imagine it says the same as that sculpture in the middle of the town, the monument in town that says City in the Fog. Apparently there has been snow in the town centre on occasion. Wikipedia records 4 occasions, I think, where there's been snow in the centre of town. Laurie says, oh, Sandy, be careful encouraging them. Next thing you know, they will show up at your house for dinner. You may be right. You may be right, Laurie. Let this person go past. Jay is on the way. Look at this. Absolutely stunning. So the city of city of Sapa sits at around about 1,200 metres in altitude. The top station of the funicular is at 1,600 metres. You'll see all of this when you come on my recorded at home tour. It was supposed to be a surprise. I'm working on the footage from our tour up to the top of Fansipan, and I will hope to bring that to you in the next, I'm hoping within a week, if I can. There's a lot of footage and I've just got to wade through it all. It was so windy. It was misty rain. I couldn't record a lot of the time just because it was impossible to hold my raincoat and my gimbal and everything else. So I had to sort of just take 30-second clips here and there. And that's what I'm going to be stitching together and bringing together in a way that makes sense and in a way that's watchable. Fansipan. Laurie, did you miss where we were talking about pi? Fansipan is at 3,143 metres, and clever me, I worked out the way to remember that is pi, 3.14. I'm patting myself on the back. I'm patting myself on the back for working that one out all by myself. Maybe I should join their marketing team. What do you think? Pretty close, huh? 3.14. I mean, if we're a metre out, does it really matter that much? 3.142, 3.143, you know. I think we can forgive 1 metre. Probably depends on where you stand. Someday that will be a pub quiz question and we'll all know it. You will. And Laurie, just as an extension of that, just in case you missed it, we are at the southeast tip of the Himalayas. So if you kept walking in a northwesterly direction from here, I challenge anyone to do that if you've seen the mountainsides, you would eventually end up at Everest. I can't get enough of these reflections. So if I'm not looking at the top of the mountains like that, it's because down here is just so beautiful as well. Look at this. Here we have, ladies and gentlemen, the sun just peeking over the top of that cloud. Yes, I imagine it does, Annette. A metre matters when you're dressed like a Vegas showgirl waiting to jump out of the pie. Okay. And we're back to Australian bottle brushes again. Here we're back with these trees that are our local Australian natives. They're not in flower at the moment. These are just 1 or 2 odd flowers. They would look beautiful when they finally are in flower. And yesterday I spotted one that's really good, so I won't stop until I find the really good one. This one? These ones look a little bit dried up. There's these sort of little ferns growing on the side of the trunk of these trees. So, Sandy, what are you making for dinner? I'm going to bow out of this discussion. I haven't made dinner since I left Australia in January. Are you all jealous, guys? Are you jealous? Closest we've come to making dinner is having fruit back at the room after a really big lunch. Munster is a cheese, isn't it? Okay, let's turn this around and have a look here. Beautiful lakeside views. Absolutely gorgeous. All right. We're going to head back towards the... I think we might just finish up over here, guys. It's a little square over here. We'll just head up here and focus the camera back towards the street that we initially walked down. Just felt a few more drops of rain, so I'm not going to tempt fate. Oh yeah, look at the surface of the lake. It's a bit more rain here now. I need to look after my gimbal. Thanks, Lisa. It's beautiful, isn't it? Please share postcards. I always look forward. Lisa always shares on Instagram, and I love seeing them. Lisa, really, really do. Anyone else? If you've got some great postcards, please share them in our Facebook groups. It encourages people to keep attending tours. I'm sure it does. That's my theory anyway. It's not just for me, it's for everybody. Yeah, I look forward to them, Lisa. Thank you. And if you enjoyed the tour, please consider a tip. We do do this for free to encourage people to join so that they don't miss that opportunity. But if you are able to, we really are very grateful. So I'm going to turn the camera around. We're going to say hi. The sun's come out. Let's have a look. The sun is well and truly out now, and I'm steaming up in my raincoat. Here we go. Look, I've got this very fashionable single-use raincoat that I've used 3 times now because I'm cheap and I can't afford to have anything that lasts too long. And let's just position this somehow. That's got the sun in the way. All right, I think we'll finish up there. What do you think? Dawn, hi. Last 5 minutes. You'll need to watch it back. Yes. Thanks for coming along. And Laurie says, Lynn, saying you just eat fruit for dinner would sound so much more impressive if not for your discussion of hot pots. Oh yeah, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this for any sort of nutritional cred. I'm just turning the camera back around again before I say one final farewell. Okay, my next tour at the moment on the calendar is, that's rather blinding, isn't it? My next tour on the calendar is next Wednesday, another Where Am I Wednesday. So I'm going to try and get something on the calendar between now and then. But in the meantime, if I don't see you until then, I'll see you next Wednesday. Thanks for coming along, everybody. And bye for now.